Appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming through,
Thank you for having me.
giving the time. Cause I could have been crazy in real life. You don't know. You all you see me is in
I
clubs
have
and shit.
discernment.
What?
I have discernment.
What does that mean?
It means you kind of read people.
Oh, I
You
thought
read.
that meant like you had some type of 22 in the purse or
I
something.
mean, that's. I mean, you know what? That'd be a hell of a name, though. That'll be a name for the reach, though.
One, two, and.
Foxtail Studios presents the In Your City Show with your host, Ciroc Fox.
The Ciroc wristbands, the Ciroc cup. Hold on, Ciroc shirt.
Don't gas me up.
Yeah, look.
Don't gas me up. Fuck the mainstream. You create your own stream. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Step your game up. This man is a
Fresh
national
to the baby
treasure.
house when you come through.
This man is a national treasure. He's like, who calling us? Who congratulating our team? I'm not gonna sacrifice. What I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to build. Bitch, I'm Big Daddy. What's going on, everybody? It's another episode of I was about to say another episode of
Discernment.
stand-up comedian. No. What's going on, everybody? It's another episode of In Your City. And man, this is the first time she's been to a Foxtail Studios production as far as in home. But you have been in a few actual events, public events that we produce. So this is dope. I'm excited. We have playwright, actress. Hold it on. Don't do it to me. Spoken word artist, and Arthur, published Arthur. Cass is free in the building.
Yeah.
Did I get them all right?
You got all of them.
I don't like if you know me, intros is important to me.
I know,
So
I
I try
remember.
to put the respect on people's names.
I introed you one time, and I did my little special voice and everything. I was like, hell no.
You gotta do the Circus Soleil type feel.
I should got an Oscar
How
for
you
that.
been? I haven't seen you since
I haven't. My birthday party.
Oh
Honestly.
yeah, which was very grown and sexy.
Yes.
It was
yes.
I
We
loved
had
it.
wine bottles on the table.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
felt
let me just do it like
fancy.
that.
I crossed my legs.
Yes. Yes.
I brought my wife with me. We had a
Yes.
lovely time. I
was
remember
glad
that.
to see you guys. I was glad to see you guys. But I'm doing very well. Life in the midst of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
It's different, but the art must continue. So as
That's
an
what I was gonna
artist,
ask.
yeah,
I mean,
we
how
just-
as a spoken word artist now, is it fair to say you like that's your base, your foundation, spoken word, lyrical assassination?
now I actually started out acting.
Oh,
Yeah, I definitely started out acting with Marlon Hargrave and Lamont Ferguson.
Yeah.
Marlon was my acting
I know
coach.
Marlon.
Yeah, he left us and went to Atlanta. It's okay though. Hey Marlon. But I really started getting more. I've always written. Let me say that first. I've always
Okay.
written, but as far as
Written
really
plays or
written,
just-
written poetry, written
Okay.
little short stories, written plays as well. But as far as the poetry aspect, which is now my base, I didn't perform it, and I got into performing it, and I was like, they like me. So I kept going, and then as I grew and grew and grew, I was like, I got to do more. So I started
See,
expanding it.
for those who don't know, this is why I assumed it was your base. So, pardon me for the assumption, but I first seen you at the venue on 35th Street. Shout out James Coop. Whoop whoop. You were doing, I can't remember the name. I'm sorry if I can't remember the name of the set, but it was the first time I seen you. It was a smash.
A slam.
A slam. It was a slam. There we go.
Yes.
It was a slam. And like when you got up there, it almost like you jumped in my body and just started body slamming me with just, I don't even know what I was feeling, but if I felt it, like it was.
That's not the first time I've
It
heard
was dope. It was dope, and I'm thinking, damn, is this like it was a fluke? So I took your name down. I took your name down in my notes because I go to the venue on 35th Street just to find somebody new to put on the show.
Right.
I was like, all right, man, if I see her perform again and it felt the same way, like I couldn't explain the feeling, but if I feel it one more time, I need to work with this woman. And sure enough, your group,
Verb Benders.
Verbbenders,
Yeah.
which I am a full-on supporter. I got the CD.
All
I got
right.
the shirt.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Verbbenders. Y'all know y'all are one of the dopest who ever do it as far as groups of, I'm just going to say cold lyricists. I'm not even going to say put you in a box of just saying, poems and spoken
do it
word.
all.
Y'all are cold.
We do it all.
West Side Said, which is, I'm sorry, he's my favorite Verbbender.
No, he can't because he's my
He's-
favorite. I'm not even my favorite when you start
West
talking
Side
about
Said is
that.
my favorite Verbbender, so I just wanted to put that out there. But y'all are bad. So like, what got you into me rambling? What got you into spoken word in the first place to really perform like that?
So long story short, because it is a really long story. A girl named Crystal Lewis, that's a friend of mine, asked me to do like a poem at a cancer benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, I'll do it. I don't read in public. I'm nervous. And so I went and did the poem, but I met Godchild the Omen doing this event, who is like the most iconic poet in the 757.
I haven't
at
had
least.
the pleasure. I'm
He's
looking him up.
amazing. He's it. Like he's
Yeah.
the one that probably got so many people started or inspired a lot of people. He used to host an event called Fuzzy Wednesdays. It was at a place called Time Lounge that is now a clothing store.
Fuzzy for some reason is provocative to me.
Fuzzy Wednesdays.
I don't know that
but
word.
It was amazing. It was amazing. It was
Yeah.
everything that an open mic is supposed to be. The live band, a band called the Fuzz Band.
It's
Which
a lot of
you may
people
have
who
heard
don't
of.
even do
But
live
it was-
bands anymore.
Yeah, they don't. But it was dope. But he got me just to come out to the open mic and spit. Again, I'm nervous, but I went and the crowd was like, "Oh, she's crazy, but good crazy." So I'm like, okay, so being having an audience that was receptive of me kind of just made me hungry to want to go and seek out more spots. And then people started putting me on to do features where
Yeah.
they were paying me to go do something that I was doing for free just from the love of it.
So
I
it just
like,
was kind of
oh,
like you
shit.
slipped down
I'm
that
cussed.
slope and it grew.
It was amazing. I was like, let me just do it. Let me just really, really do it. And then we decided to bring slam poetry, which is the competition part of it. Because you have open mics, you have features where you just go and do a show and it's just you and you're just on the show by
So
yourself.
slams are a little bit more serious
Slam
than
is-
what you were describing at first.
Slam is wild. Like slam is like very competitive. It's cutthroat a little bit. You have battles, like how you have your rap battles and you
Yeah,
see those.
yeah.
We actually have poetry battles and slam battles where we're going head to head against other teams and other people. And once we brought the team to the area, decided to form a team. The very first year was 2017, so it's very new to really be in it. We had it maybe 10 years ago. I wasn't a part of it.
Is
but
it like the
didn't
name
last
to an
long.
organization? Are you allowed to say what it is? Or
Well, no, slam poetry is international.
I'm
Slam-
in the area. Is there like
No, it's just us, Verbbenders. We are
okay,
it.
okay,
we are
okay.
it. We are one of two teams in Virginia. The other one is Slam Richmond. So we are the only team in the 757 and one of two in Virginia. And we're also ranked number 6 in the region. Like when we went out of state.
That's
to
the
do
competition you went to in Texas, right? Or was it?
Texas was 2018. Last year was in Fayetteville. This year was supposed to have been in Tampa. Again, coronavirus fucking it up because
Yeah.
I didn't get to go to Tampa. But it's going to be in Louisville next year.
Okay.
And I'll be there because I'm still on the team. You have to make the team every year.
So damn, hold up, you have to make the team every
You don't
year?
have to. The only person that doesn't have to make the team is like the slam master or coach because they're the ones that are running the slams and hosting them and having the people like basically fight it out.
So
for their-
damn, you gotta fight for a spot every time.
but I've gotten it every time.
I'm a coaster. Let
I've
me tell you
gotten it
now.
every
And look, if I had to apply for Fox Hill Studios every year, I probably wouldn't be an employee. I think that's
understand.
mad respect right there.
I understand, but you know what? It's such a beautiful thing, and I have developed like actual friendships with people that I was cool with before. I knew them in passing, knew them at poetry scenes, but we've developed like we're a family.
Real
That's how
bond.
I met Sed. That's how I met your favorite poet. And
I
again, mine too. He was an MC. He didn't think he could be a poet. We were like, just slow it. Just slow
think
your
I heard
stuff
this story
down.
before.
Like,
yeah.
just slow it down and watch what happens. And he did, and he's. But yeah. It's
Have you
definitely
ever
amazing.
thought like vice versa with you, turning your poetry into music? Because I mean, shit, some of the stuff I heard.
I've ghostwritten for other people.
Me too.
See,
That's good money.
I feel like my delivery is really, really, really more geared towards poetry. I'm not saying I can't spit. I probably could. You know, I probably could
But
go
you
up there and
kinda
be like
like-
Remy Ma or somebody if I wanted to. You know, but I'd rather just write
like
for
your
you and
lane.
let you really flow with it and let me do my poetry because I have that down so perfectly. But that might be something I want to challenge myself to do because I'm always
it's worth
challenging
the. I mean,
myself.
worst case scenario, it don't come out how you like it.
You
You
know.
know, you work at it a little bit, and it's like, it's
You know,
not your thing.
It's the truth. Like I used to write comedy.
What?
I used to write sketch.
You used
comedy.
to dabble in the
Ask
dangers of.
Marlon, we used to have a sketch comedy group called Keep the Change. This was maybe a decade ago.
Don't give away
But-
his age. You know,
I
he's
gave
been
away
around
my
for a
age.
long time.
No, I give away my age because I am 42 and a half, and I feel like I look amazing. So
That's-
I'm proud to say. Now, if
what-
I was 42 and
Who
look
is
90
that? That's
or
Olive.
something,
Who? What lotion you using to look like that? What you say?
it's
40?
just the natural juices and berries.
No, that's Johnson Johnson. That got to be somebody.
Coconut oil, 100% organic coconut oil.
That's fire, man. You got a dope ass story. Like if you haven't seen the Verb Benders in this area or through competition,
Mm-hmm.
y'all on YouTube or anything like that?
We do have YouTube videos. I actually started hosting a show on Zoom once a month.
Plug that.
So
plug that shit.
I will.
This is the time.
I will. It's called Black Granby. Black Granby, just representing Norfolk, Virginia, where Granby Street is like one of those places that used to be jumping, used to have a lot of stuff going on. And my partner Mark is the financial part behind Black Granby. What's up, Mark?
Everybody need a wallet.
But,
Hey, Mark. How you
He's
doing?
amazing. He's amazing.
If you're looking for a young fella to join the
He's
team.
amazing. So we just I started to do my interviews and things. So my team is actually coming up for August. We're gonna do probably August 24th.
Okay.
So I'll shoot you that Zoom link, and
Yeah,
if you want to promo it, go ahead.
I like promoting everybody
But-
who trying to win out
Yeah,
here.
I've been able to interview some really, really dope people. I started in Virginia, and I'm getting ready to move outside of Virginia and get some other poets. I started out with 13 of Nazareth, who is internationally known from the area. He's actually from Norfolk, but he's like, everybody knows who he is, no matter what city I go to.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're from VA, you must know 13. Yes, I do. And then this past month, July, I did Kaniki Jakarta. She is actually 13's wife, but on her own, she is the first Black poet laureate of Alexandria.
You dropping a lot of names right
So,
now. I'm gonna have to.
these
I'm gonna
people
have
are
to
dope.
find these.
I'm
I'm
telling you.
assuming they're all on social media.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's gonna be easy to
absolutely.
tag them
Yeah,
and
go to
look.
my page. Y'all on my page.
I'm definitely gonna do
Go to
that.
my
I'm definitely
page.
gonna do that.
But the reason I'm dropping the names is because a lot of times people don't take poetry seriously. I say, oh, I'm a poet. Oh, that's cute. Roses are red. But no, I'm a poet. And these poets
My
are real.
audience know.
Right.
First of all, like if you've been to a Foxtail Studio show, you know poetry is a big chunk of our live events. It's either starting the show, it's either transitioning to a headliner. Poetry is one of the biggest
It's-
parts
it's
of. I've
amazing.
always paid
It's
respect
amazing.
to it.
But people sometimes just kind of push it to the side when they look at other like art genres. They're like, oh, but what about the MCs and the singers and this and they don't think about poetry as being so competitive and being so fierce and going so hard, but it does.
Poetry is one of the most provocative ways of speaking that I can never. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because to me, comedy is like king of nasty. Forget R&B. To me, comedy is king of the dirty.
Yeah.
You know? But then when you listen to like real sensual spoken word, that's why I love it so much. You know, I'm just a naughty.
No, I
I'm just a
know.
naughty guy. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
But what was it? The West Spot?
That's Godchild.
That was him?
He's the host.
Oh my God.
I was getting ready to bring it up when you started mentioning like the
Yeah,
erotic,
yeah.
sensual. Yeah, the wet spot poetry. Wow, when did that start?
I'm
That
gonna see if
started
I can get
years
him on the
ago. I'm
show.
gonna leave it at that.
I'm gonna ask.
You
I'm gonna see if
definitely
I can get him
should.
on the show.
Are you friends with him on social media? His
I
name
don't
is
even
Carl
know.
West.
Carl West.
They stripped him of his.
I don't know if I know a
Of
Carl.
his title. They made him go to his government like they did me on Facebook. But, somebody snitched. It was like, her last name is not Isfree. Like, oh, okay. Thanks, hater.
Appreciate it taken away.
But yeah, look him up, or I'll put you guys together. I'll hook you guys up.
Oh yeah.
But he's
So
like,
if you watching this guy, child,
Yeah,
man, I'm about to
he's
look
dope.
at your
Yeah,
stuff,
he's
and
dope, but the
all
West
of my
Spot-
audience is about to pay attention to you.
Wet Spot's been going on for years and years.
That's
and
how
years.
I heard of. Man, I hate when I be forgetting names. I just be cutting it, and like in post edit,
Do it.
they'll be like,
You'll
"Oh, he
think of-
said that name pretty fast. How he remember?" But I didn't. It took me forever. She is. I don't even know if she do poetry anymore, but she used to be on my show, and she was a stand-up comedian too. And then she told me about the West
You're
Spot.
probably talking about Iris Petty Crocker. That's my
Petty
best
Crocker,
friend.
Iris, yeah.
That's my for real life best friend.
Petty Crocker.
Yeah.
I'll be trying to get her out the house. It's hard as hell and take a lot of
Me
money,
too.
but
Yes.
I'll be trying to get her out the house and do some
She's
shows.
a busy woman. She's working on her graduate degree and then working full time and then taking care of her babies as well. So that's a
And
strong,
she's smart.
strong
Yeah.
woman. Strong woman. I'd do
She
anything
does a
for her.
song sometimes. It's pretty. I'm not gonna do that.
I
I'm not gonna do that. I think my grandma found my show, so I can't go too wild on this
I already
episode.
know which one it is.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I know which
There's
one
something
it
got a
is.
first name.
Yeah,
So if you look at Petty Crocker, if you got time, she's dope as hell too.
She is.
Like she introduced me to that genre that I knew nothing. Not
Yeah,
really.
it's
You know what I
out
mean?
there.
I
It's
knew
out
you
there.
you can play with it, but she
Literally.
really took me to that. Oh, this is what we can do.
Right.
And then it's not only provocative, but you feel something. It make you think. It be
Yes.
like, I didn't even know I can get
Yes.
turned on in that way.
Yeah.
So
Some people take it too far.
you've seen people
Yeah,
hit your
some
limit
people-
where
some
you
people
be
take
like,
it too
uh-oh.
far, and I'd be like, that doesn't even sound good. I remember one guy, he was saying something about he was gonna crush your ovaries, and I was like, that's painful. like it's one thing for sex to hurt, and it's another thing for sex to hurt.
What do he think ovaries is to crush her? Why is that a goal?
I think he Googled like women's genitalia terminology. He was like,
And then
I'm gonna
he-
say ovaries right
yeah,
there for sure.
Crush.
No.
He wanted to say crush
Don't
on something.
you touch my ovaries.
Before he wrote that piece, crush
Yeah,
was in
I
his
don't know
head.
what I had to have been, but yeah, sometimes they take it too far, and then sometimes it's just right. Like I have fun.
Yeah.
Like you've heard me say, I'm so serious a lot of the times when I'm on stage and the things I talk about. I'm socially conscious, and I just say, talk
It's
about,
onion layered.
like,
To me,
all types of
yours is real onion layered.
But-
Like you break through a few layers, and there's still more to really ponder on, laugh on.
Yeah,
and
I
then-
try that.
Like you got real intelligent, like swar way. It's like a joke it hits you, and at first it don't even sound like a joke. At first it sounds real like, but then it's like, oh,
Yeah, like that's what she said.
I love peeling it back and figuring it out.
But
I
erotic.
don't know if you're on that album. I don't know if you're on that one, or if I just don't recognize your voice. Are you on the first Verb Bender album?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I'm on all the Verb Benders albums because I made the team every year.
Oh yeah, you told me.
I made the team
Hard
every
flex.
year.
I made it every year. Do a lot of people try out?
Yes.
Like on
Yes.
I don't want you to give away all your secrets,
No,
but
let
on
me-
average, like tell me how a tryout go for
Okay,
a Verb
so
Bender.
our slam season it's going to be a little different this year, obviously.
Oh,
but
yeah, things change.
typically it starts in August
Mhm.
and it runs through February. So you have August, September, October, November, December, January, and February, and you have whatever the top two poets were from each slam, then go and do a grand slam.
Mhm.
in
I think I
March.
had my joy of
So,
attending one of those
I
before.
believe you did. I remember. So
I was
with
very
the-
hyped.
With the Grand Slam, you have now anywhere from 10 to 14, because sometimes people drop out, and it's okay. We know why. It's fine. 10 to 14 people come and slam for 4 spots on a team.
Mm.
Right. So you can have, 50 people for the whole season that competed. And then you have those final people that made it to the Grand Slam. And from there, your judges, because we have people that actually come in and hold up a card. You got a 10, you got an 8 based on
These
how
people,
good a
that
man's
means these
performance
people
was.
got to take it very seriously. Because, I mean, you also have your life to continue.
Right.
Man, so that means
Right.
you take it to a whole nother level.
I
I'm
do.
glad that
It's-
there's a
it's-
community like there out
it's
there
real,
for
you
that
know?
genre.
Once you recognize your gift, you really don't have an excuse not to work on it, not even time, because you make time for the things that are important to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once I decided that poetry and then slam poetry was important to me, I made the time for it. And I'm going to go on camera and say this for people who feel like, because it's been almost the same people every year for Verbbenders, that's not because there's anything tricky going on. That's because we have been the best. That's it. If you wanted to make the team, you should have written better.
I always say
And that's facts.
prove them wrong.
And
Like
that's
if you really do think you better, prove them wrong, show
Right.
up.
Right. And that's not even shade to your talent.
I've never
You know what I
heard a Verbbender though who was up on the stage either for my show or a show that I attended or supported, and I've never said, how did they make the
Right.
Not once.
Right.
Not once
And-
have I seen, and
right.
I've heard every Verbbender since I got here. So since 2017, 2018, since I started paying attention to you
Right.
and going to like damn near everything that I can try to go to or send little spies out. Because I'm nosy.
Do it. Come on. Come on. 'cause
I'm trying to see it.
You send everybody because we charge to get in, so the more people you
Yeah, yeah,
send,
yeah.
I mean,
And I've never seen or heard anyone, and I'll be like, man, did that
Right,
person
and you
pay to
won't.
get in? They must have bought everybody T-shirts.
Right.
Like they must have got to.
and you won't, and you won't, and you won't. But
Yeah.
there's so much talent. I have so much respect for every poet in the area, especially the ones that keep trying to make the team. I want them to make it.
Right.
Because I mean, it's that they put more into their craft, and we're like, I'm knocking Cass off her spot. Come and knock me off, and I will love it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of going. Right.
Hard
But-
flex.
But I can't.
You got
know,
that LeBron James humble flex thing
But
going
but
on.
when we go to competitions, we're
Yeah.
representing. So we can't just send whoever to represent. And you saying you from the 757, and you sound like that.
And then that name carries a lot.
It does.
The names carries a
It
lot.
does. There's a respect because everybody knows us now. At the major competition that we go to, which is called Southern Fried, and it's like 32 teams.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got teams that have been together for like 7, 8, 9, 10 years that we
So they
beat.
collaboration pieces. That's what
Yeah.
you get with time. Collaboration efforts is almost
But
flawless.
we've beaten them. We were number 6 out of 32.
How long y'all been together as far as I guess work? Because y'all have pieces where y'all do collaborative.
Yeah, most of
Like-
our stuff are group pieces.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is because there's memorization. But on top of that, like if I go up and I'm cast and I do a poem, I do what I want to do. But with a group, there's choreography and everything.
Yeah.
Like when we say this, we all gonna do like this.
I can imagine. I don't know why I thought about West Side again for some reason.
But it's
him
that's how it
pausing.
is. Right, but that's how it is.
There was a guy, man,
Jenna May.
Anthony
Oh,
Highland.
Anthony Highland.
Was he part of Verbbenders too, or was he? Because I remember him. I seen him like every time I saw y'all.
It's a yes first. He made the team in 2019. And I'm saying this right.
He's not in the area no more. I
went-
think he
they
moved to like Hawaii.
Moved to Hawaii. Still a good friend of mine. I'm still in touch with him. He's over there murdering TikTok with millions of views. He's an amazing poet.
Oh yeah,
Amazing
he
poet.
a million views now.
Yeah, he got it. He's doing
That's
his thing.
dope.
He's
Shout
doing
out
his
Anthony
thing.
Highland if y'all
Yeah.
know him. Look him up, man. He's dope as hell.
Awesome. He used to go by the name of Poetic Prophecy. I don't even know if he might just be like, no, I'm Anthony Highland now, and that's my brother. He's
Tell him come back
amazing.
and do something about it. We
He-
call him by his first his
Exactly.
wrong name.
But he made the team in 2019, but he had to step down because the time that we were going for a major competition was around the same time that his wife was going to be due.
Oh yeah.
And then on
yeah.
top of that, he's in the military, and there was some
Made it
a chance he was
difficult.
going to have to go somewhere, and all of that happened. So he was just like, out of respect to the team, I don't want to come last minute and not be
So
able to
I
go.
definitely thought he was part of it. Because
But
I
yeah,
mean,
he-
every
he-
time I seen y'all,
He
he
is
was
a
there.
verbbender. He's a verbbender. He made the team. He made the team.
I
You know
want to
what
be.
I
I
mean?
wish I was a Verbbender. I ought to go to
He
sleep
made
in
the
the
team.
shirts. Like that's how much I'm a fan of him. So I'm kind of geeked
Yeah.
up that you
I
here.
sleep in mine. Keep in mind, that's how I dream up those bars. But look,
I was about to, before we, because our time is, dang, boy, I be going. I
That's
hate the
alright.
time fly by so
I'm
fast.
talkative, so
We already at 23 minutes, but I need you to, what I guess projects that you want your audience, my audience, to pay attention to, that you feel like is worth some time to, just indulge in the content a little bit. Since we in the house anyway,
Okay.
they about to close the state down again.
I know. So what's gonna happen is I have 2 books out. that Ciroc is gonna promote, and he's gonna show you guys the links and everything.
Yeah, I'm
so that
gonna
you can
make
get
sure
the
they.
books. You can get them.
they'll-
They're gonna be available. Well, they are available on Amazon. I also keep personal copies. I keep personal copies as well because I make more money when you buy them from me, and I also autograph them when you buy them from me. The first book is called 42, and it is not like anything you see me do on stage. I published both of them last year. I turned 42 last year. It's 42 love poems.
Okay.
There's actual love, like, oh, my darling, that type of stuff. And then it's, I hate this nigga, because that's part of love.
What?
Because that's part of love.
I don't want that. I don't want that
because
love.
heartbreak is part of love sometimes. It's part
I
of
guess.
experiences and things that you learn from so that your next relationship is perfect. So,
Ooh,
right.
Shout out, hubby.
Hubby.
I'm catching up to you, bro, if you see it.
She had to shoulder it. You're going to have to cut his and start again. But that book is really dope. It took it was actually years of poems that I put into it, and I just selected. I went over about 200 poems, and I picked out 42
What's the
of them.
best way to contact you if they want like a copy from you directly?
Please hit me up either on Instagram under Cassandra is Free or my government.
It's at the bottom of the
Cassandra
screen right
Jenkins,
now. Make sure
Cassandra
y'all,
Jenkins
and then it'll be in
on
the links.
Facebook. And the other book is my baby. I always call it my baby. It's called Quote Me Bish, BISH, Quote Me Bish, and it's basically haiku, American sentences, and just some shit that I thought of at the top of my head. But it's really dope. Like, I've gotten nothing but fantastic reviews about it. They're very thought-provoking, definitely dark humor, politically charged.
Cass is free in the building, everybody. She's fire, man. I'm a real fan. Look, if you seen him on the couch, that means that I got mad respect for the game, and this is one of the generals of in my hierarchy of this is people I. Oh, you got children watching?
They're not gonna watch it.
Okay, then I got.
But I've also been known to cuss around. I have a poem called "I Cuss at My Kids." I cuss at my kids. So I'm 100%.
She's dope. Now, mind you, this ain't the dumbed down. I mean, you gotta think. It ain't something that you just understand by, you can't wash your dishes and listen to her. You gotta pay attention.
You're gonna break them. Try it.
I want to thank y'all again for going so deep into season 2. This is an extended version. We'll be going to season 3 in September, so I appreciate it. Season 3 is sponsored fully by Black female entrepreneurs, and I can't wait to announce those names coming up. Make sure the contract is signed before I brag a little bit. There's going to be, better content, more quality, bigger room to stretch out. The studio's getting a little small, and, I got some better toys coming. So thank you so much, because it's because of viewers like you, you know what I mean? Viewers like you who may not be large in quantity, but the best in quality. And, y'all support a brother, man. I love it. Shout out to myownskinboutique.com. I always got love for you, sweetheart. I'm always going to shout you out. You are my sister. Don't worry about it. Who else I want to shout out? Black Business of the Week. So we're going to talk about Black Business of the Week out of St. Louis. Erica, what's up, girl? Queen of Poor Decisions. She makes these lovely... Oh, yeah, she's the queen of poor decisions. She makes these lovely Jell-O shots and pouches. And so shout out to Erica. I don't know. I got to look up the Flavors by E. So Flavors by E, I think that's the name. It's off the top of my head. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I corrected it on the screen. But the queen of poor decisions, Flavor by E, them things is fire. And my mother bought me like a bunch of them. My mother bought me a lot of Jell-O shots, and And it was amazing. I'm 30. Come on now, you know. My mom loves me, and she knows the Jello Shots is amazing. Appreciate y'all for watching. We got one more show coming, and then that's the end of the season. Play my theme music. Thank you.